Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin. Before it does, two public announcements. Firstly, out of consideration for your fellow patrons, please turn off your cell phones. And secondly, if you're one of those "I love Pink Floyd, but I can't stand Roger's politics" people, you might do well to fuck off to the bar right now. Thank you.
To nebyl. Ale ti v podstatě upozornil na to, že to je fakt topik, jako pro něj. Ano, je, no.
powers that be, the 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 powers that be. They're like a tough game, no rules. Some you win, some you lose. Competition good for you. They're dying to be free. They're the powers that be. The powers that be. The powers that be. The powers that be. They're like a bomb-proof Cadillac, air-conditioned gold type, backseat gun rack, platinum hubcaps. They pick horses for courses. They're the market forces. Race culture. They're like order, makeup, limelight, power, game shows, rodeo, Star Wars TV. They're the powers to be. If you see them come, you better run. Run. You better run. You better run. Yeah, run. Run. You better run. Sisters of mercy, better join with your brothers. Put a stop to the soap opera right now. They say the toothless get ruthless. You better run. They like trains, trance, parents and stinks. They like fear and loathing. They like sheep's clothing and blacked out bands. Contingency plans. They like death and glory. They love a good story. Sisters of mercy, better join with your brothers. Put a stop to the soap opera of state. They say the toothless get ruthless. Run on before it's too late. You better stand up. Yeah, stand up to the man. Stand up to the man. Yeah, you better stand up. Yeah, stand up to the man. Stand up to the man. You better stand. Yeah, stand up to the man. Stand up to the man. Yeah, you better stand up. Yeah, stand up to the man. Stand up to the man. You better stand up. Stand up to the man. Yeah, you better stand.
When I was running for president, it was all so different. Some pundits said our programs would result in catastrophe. Our views on foreign affairs would cause war. Once you begin a great movement, there's no telling where it'll end. We meant to change a nation, and instead, we changed a world.
You have a natural tendency to squeeze off shut. You cut fun at parties and you wear the right masks. You're old, but you still like a laugh in the locker room. You can't buy change. You're at home on the range. You open the suitcase behind the old workings to show off the magnum. You deafen the cat, a comfort a friend, only upstaged in the end by the Uzi machine gun. Does the recoil remind you of sex? Oh man, what the hell are you gonna kill next? Old timer, who you gonna kill next? I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Saw a U.S. Marine in a pile of debris. I swam in your pools, lay under your palm trees, looked in the eyes of the Indian who lay on the federal building steps. And through the rangefinder over the hill, saw the frontline boys popping their pills. Sick of the mess they find on that desert stage, and the bravery of being at range. Yeah, the question is fixed. Oh man, what the hell are you gonna kill next? Hey, old timer, who you gonna kill next? No closer to peace than the man in the moon. The president's still just as crazy as a loon, still picking fights in some foreign saloon. Bombs still falling out of the sky. The band still playing Miss American Pie. The gunner still sleeps in some foreign field. The boys are still coming home on a shield, and nothing's real. And we play the game with bravery
2 years later, another economic summit with pretty much the same cast. At the big opening meeting, we all got together, and all of a sudden, just for a moment, I saw that everyone was just sitting there looking at me. And then one of them broke the silence. "Tell us about the American miracle," he said.
Hey, bartender, over here. 2 more shots and 2 more beers. Sir, turn up the TV sound. The war started on the ground. Just love those laser guided bombs. They're really great for writing wrongs. You'll hit the target and win the game. From Mars, 3,000 miles away. 3,000 miles away. We play the game with the bravery of being out of range. Does everybody in the bar feel pain? Yeah, sure, they do. Is everybody in the bar a little maimed? Yeah, but me and you. We traded in the family farm for snake oil. Bought into the carpetbagger's lies. Now we're hanging on this cross with these feelings of loss. Just watching the Liberty boat sail on by. Does everybody in the bar feel shame? Lord knows I do. I guess we all feel pretty much the same. Kinda wore out by this crazy fucking suit. The smell of napalm with the cornflakes. The chafe of killing everything that breathes. Imposing sanctions on the lady down the street. Till she takes the hint and packs her bags and leaves. Sister, and set a spell. You're always welcome in the bar. few, but we are many. Have you been traveling far? The girl who brought you in here is Lakota. From Standing Rock, where they made their stand. So from Fort Yates, North Dakota, here's a message for the man. Would you kindly get the fuck off our land? Yeah. Okay, we're going to turn back the clock. We're going to drift back through the mists of time to an earlier age when I was playing my rock and roll, singing my songs in a different band. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a great feeling from a cold steel rail? Smile from fear. Do you think you can tell? And did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes and trees, and hot air for a cold breeze, cold comfort for change? And did you exchange a walk-on part of the wall for lead role in a cage? Sing with me.
his passion, but I shall not want. He makes me down to lie, for a pasture's green he leadeth me the silent waters by. With bright knives he releaseth my soul, he maketh me to hang on hooks in high places. He converteth me to land Catholics, although he hath great power and great hunger. When cometh the day, we lowly ones, to quiet reflection and great dedication, master the art of charity. Lo, we shall rise up, and then we'll make the beggar's eyes water.
Blinking and bubbling, we fell on his neck with a scream. Wave upon wave of demented Avengers, but cheerfully out of obscurity. against the wall. Against the... And that one looks Jewish. And that one's a coon who let all this riffraff into the room. This one's smoking a joint. And that one's got spots. If I had my way, I'd have all of your shot. Shot! It only takes one wrong number. Невозможно. Are there any paranoids in the arena tonight? This is for you. It's called Run Like Hell. We should Good. Louder! Follow me. What? All together now. stop. I wanna go home. Take off this uniform. We've stopped. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But first, I'm going to take off this uniform. And my friends here, Dave and Lee, from my wonderful circus family, well, they're going to take my uniform and take it away. So just give me 1 minute, okay, to get undressed. Here we go. If I had been God, I would have rearranged the veins in the face to make them more resistant to alcohol, less prone to aging. If I had been God, I would have sired many sons, and I would not have suffered the Romans to kill even one of them. If I had been God, with my staff and my rod, if I had been given the nod, I believe I could have done a better job. And if I would be drawn, controlling foreign skies, with my electronic eyes for guidance and the elements of surprise, I would be afraid to find someone whole. Maybe a woman put us streams are all hermaphrodite. You lean to the left, but you vote to the right. And it feels like deja vu. The sun goes down, and I'm still missing. Counting the cost of a love that got lost. And under my Gulf Stream in circular pools, there's 99 cents worth of drunkards and fools. If I had been God, I would not have chosen anyone. I would have laid even hand on all my children, everyone. In the company of friends, breaking bread and mending nets.
our taxes go to bailing out a bank. Every time a Russian bride is advertised for sale, and every time a journalist is left to rot in jail, every time a young girl's life is casually spent, and every time a nincompoop becomes the president, every time a black man dies reaching for his keys, and every time that Greenland falls in the fucking sea, it's because all of us, the blacks and whites, Chicanos, Asians, every type of ethnic group, even folks from Guadeloupe, the old, the young, toothless hags, supermodels, actors, fags, bleeding hearts, football stars, men in bars, washerwomen, tailors, tots, grandmas, grandpas, uncles, aunts, friends, relations, homeless tramps, clerics, truckers, cleaning ladies, ants. Maybe not ants.
Why not ants?
Well, because it's true that ants don't have enough IQ to differentiate between the pain that other people feel and, well, for instance, cutting leaves or crawling across windowsills in search of open treacle tins. So like the ants, are we just dumb? Is that why we don't feel or see? Or are we all just numbed out on reality TV? So every time the curtain falls, every time the curtain falls on some forgotten life, it is because we all
certainly was in the right.
Yeah, it's definitely in the right. That geezer was cruising for a bruising.
Dying to do it for fucking ages, and definitely came the right occasion where I could stick along.
I was in the right.
Yes, absolutely in the right.
I certainly was in the right.
I don't know, I was really drunk at the time.
Yeah.
Came to a heavy blow, sorted the matter out.
I certainly was in the right. Why does anyone do anything?
shock. They don't do it again. Dig it? I mean, he got off like, because I could have given him a fraction. I only hit it once. It's only a difference of right and wrong. I mean, good man is that cost.
on the grass. Remembering games and daisy chains and laughs. Got to keep the loners on the path. The lunatic is in the home. The lunatics are in my home. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor. And every day the paper boy brings more. And if the dam breaks open many years too soon, and if there is no room upon the hill, and if your head explodes, the dark boats too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. The lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade, you make the change, you rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door and throw away the key. And there's someone in
Wow. I need to catch my breath for a minute. No, thank you, sir. Shall we do that? Thank you! No, thank you! I could do that all day. My rearview mirror, the sun is going down. Sinking by bridges in the road. I think of all the good things that we have lived and done. Suffer premonitions, confirm suspicions of the Holocaust to come. Rusty wire that holds the cork that keeps the anchor in. Gives way, and suddenly it's day again. The sun is in the east, even though the day is done. Suns in the sunset, could be the human race's run. Slide towards the big truck. Your strength still flows in moments with your fear, and you'll never hear their voices, and you'll never see their faces. You have no recourse to the law anymore. As the windshield melts and your tears evaporate, leaving on charcoal to defend. Finally, I understand the feelings I feel. You are my sad-eyed lady. Come lay across my big brass bed. Maybe it is we who have been chosen, you and me, to point out this don't make no fucking sense. How many cannonballs must fly by? How long and winding is the road? How many children pulling on? How many mothers' sleeves? Saying, look, Ma, the man ain't got no fucking clothes. When I was born, my brother used to sit on my daddy's lap when he was home on leave. Daddy'd smoke a cigarette, and sometimes as a jest, he'd blow smoke rings up my big brother's sleeve. More fire, Daddy, my big brother would shout. At least that's how the story has survived. I was mercifully spared the memories that they shared. Cause I was only 5 months old when Daddy died. Gonna call up a friend in Australia and order in some bush tucker snacks and dance here with you to the didgeridoo and listen while you sing me all the maps. Is that a foghorn in the distance? Oh, we're heading for the rocks. Come sit here by the fireside and hold me in your arms. And tell me, how was life before the cops? All outside the wall. Some hand in hand, some gathered together in bands. The bleeding hearts and the artists make their stand. And when they've given you their all, some stagger and fall. After all, it's not easy. Banging your heart against some mad bugger's wall. Seifert, Seamus Blake, Dave Kilminster, Robert Walter, Jonathan Wilson, and Jody Warinker. Keep going, boys. I'm right behind you. Oh, what a wonderful bunch of men and women. We'll do one more after this, okay?